one really good restorative posture, and that will definitely allow for a mood of relaxation if you let go. There is a point to note though that this pose, though seemingly simple, actually can be quite uncomfortable for anyone that's really tight. And so I'll show you a variation of it, a modification of it, a way to come out of it, but to understand how to do this pose correctly, firstly it's best to be done in the morning after ablutions, and you can literally just get up out of bed after you've been in the bathroom and just hang. We call it dangling pose, it's called ragdoll pose, where you just hang. And we're not using effort, we're not pulling down, we're not trying to stretch. In fact, rather, we're just aiming to relax all the muscles in the target area, which is specifically the back of the legs and the lower back. We want to hold this pose for like 3 to 5 minutes. So you literally set a timer and allow that minimum 3, but 5, even longer, 10 minutes if you feel you can. It's a really nice pose, just to hold in, no effort. But if it does get too much, you can just literally turn the toes out and just come into a little squat for a little while, or even if you're on the balls of your feet, just squat down for a little while, just release that, and then just come back into it. Arms interlaced, so threading one hand over, the other arm under the bicep, and just hanging. And that will target the fascia of the lower back and the hamstrings. And if you can just allow yourself to breathe normally and naturally in the pose, and really just relax, like really just let go, then it can be a very calming, very relaxing pose to find. So 3 to 5 minutes in that pose would be ideal. There's other poses which for us in the West can be quite uncomfortable again when you're not new to yoga. But sitting this way is called Caesar pose or Virasana Heroes pose. This is a great pose to take after every meal. You may need to have a cushion underneath your butt to elevate a little bit, but if you were to take this directly after eating, it stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to help you to rest and digest. It's a great way just to relax after a meal, just to sit down in Caesar pose. Otherwise, if you're looking for a more restorative pose, you could just lay on your back, maybe sit on a cushion or maybe sit on your hands or a block, and just allow your legs to sort of hang in the sky, or even doing that against the wall could be useful. Just really nice way of just relaxing. You could even take legs wide, get in and stretching. But I guess one of the main aims would be to consider, in the options that I've given so far, is to be as relaxed as you can. And so to do that, we need to get out of here and more into the body, and so you're literally feeling the body. You're feeling the breath in the body. You want to feel maybe the blood flowing through your arms, the energy tingling in your fingers, and that will help to really rest and relax you, which is nice. And so maybe one movement, and this is sometimes what I do in the morning is I'm actually so cold, and again that really dull energy, like slothful, like tired, don't really feel like doing anything. And so my movements will start like really gentle, and I'm cold, with particularly this winter we've just had, it's cold. So, just get into the body and just do a few little movements of the spine and start to combine the movements with the breath, inhaling to look up, exhaling to round the spine, so just moving the spine, inhaling to look up, and exhaling. And then all sorts of variations from there, to inhale, press back, exhale. Inhale, press back around and exhale. You could reach an arm up if you want. Thread the arm through. Reach the arm up. Thread the arm through. You could hold there for a little while. Nice little side body stretch. Good, so there's all sorts of movements you can make. Ideally, again, you want to start to move with breath where possible. Downward facing dog. For newer students, really good idea to bend the knees and even bend the elbows a little out to the side. Turn sit bones right up, and then maybe gently hugging the hands in. So the effort is to get straight spine. The secondary stretch may be straight legs, but the primary stretch here is to get the spine straight. So we pull front ribs in, and we keep this neutral spine. And that in itself can be a beautiful pose to hold for as long as you feel that you'd like to. And then if you wish to get some movement going, you could walk forwards, maybe a little halfway lift. We just do that to breathe in. And then as you fall forwards, you always breathe out. And then you could roll up to standing, nice and safely, reaching up. And you could fall down. You can do a few of these, just halfway lift, inhale. Folding, notice I need to bend the knees initially, so chest is on the thighs. Rolling up is a nice way to do it if your hamstrings are tight. Exhale to fold. Here we halfway lift. Maybe if you're warmed up, exhale. You could sweep up legs straight, inhale. Folding forwards, exhale. Or another variation is to inhale, come up, and take a little side bend, so we lean to one side. When we do this stretch, it's really important to engage the deepest core muscles. They're called TBA, transverse abdominal, so we cinch in the waist. You get a nice little stretch through the side body. Again, with breath, we can inhale up, and exhale down. Hold that for 1 or 2 breaths, or 3 or more, whatever feels good. But again, really strong core, reaching up. And then you've got your standing back bends, which is hands to lower back. You take the inner thighs back, just so we don't let the hips splay open. We focus on inner thighs back and just a standing back bend. Again, you can hold this one with strong core, or you can just do it dynamically with one breath, one movement. So we take a deep breath here. And we forward. Again, maybe knees bent initially, so chest on the thighs. And then you can halfway lift. Maybe step that back with index finger facing forward. So we take downward dog and then roll into a high plank. And maybe if you're new, you just drop your knees here. You wrap the triceps in a little without locking the elbows. Look forwards and you come forwards, hugging the hands in, to ever so slowly lay your chest to the floor. Notice where my elbows are, they're directly above the wrists. So that's why I came forwards. And so now it's just lifting into cobra pose. Good, that would be on an inhale. And maybe back to child's pose as an exhale. And you can do that all over again if you want to. Inhale, look up. Downward dog, exhale. Walk to the front of your mat. Inhale. To forward fold, exhale. To rise up, breath in. Lean to the right. Both arms up in. And lean to the left. Both arms up, inhale. Hands to lower back, exhale. Inner thighs back for a back bend, inhale. For a forward bend, chest to thighs, exhale. Halfway lift. Downward dog, it's nice and slow. Roll to a high plank. Knees down to modify, come forwards to lay down. A little cobra pose. And back to child's pose. And so even if you did 2 or 3 of those in the morning, that would be a great way of just getting the energy flowing, get you moving, which is, again, magic. Otherwise, you can even step into something a little stronger where you're stepping 1 foot forwards and taking a warrior pose. Back foot is flat, hips are directing forwards. Warrior 2 where we open the hips more to the side, we're still back foot flat, knee broadening wide. We could take a reverse warrior, and then you could flow down, that's high to low push up, and flow through. Exhale. Warrior 1, inhale. Again, you can hold each pose, or you can flow. Exhale. Reverse the warrior, and to the floor. Be mindful of your shoulders. When doing this work, high push-up to low push-up, we don't want to round the shoulders down because it's just uncool. Alright, so shoulders down, back. If you're racking triceps in, you look forwards, you come forwards, shoulders stop at elbow height, or you lay down but keep shoulders off the floor. If you're lowering halfway down from there, you could take the upward dog, but lift the thighs if you're taking upward dog. And this is really, it's strong. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're more experienced. Pull your belly in if you're taking this version of upward dog. Core is really strong. Even in the cobra pose, much safer version. Very good pose because it's going to strengthen your back muscles. But even here, you're drawing your belly in, which is the core engagement, and you're breathing into your chest. Take a deep breath. and child's pose maybe just to release. And anytime you want, come back to this pose as more or less home base to just relax. Relaxing into child's pose, hold it for as long. It's actually a therapeutic pose for anyone with low back pain, so it's a really good pose to do as well, child's pose. So I hope that helps.